Hello, sports fan. This is Stephen Hill for Sports Choice Plus, and I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering the Philadelphia 76ers signing Doc Rivers as their head coach. Before I get right into that, I want to make sure you go ahead and subscribe right now. Hit that subscribe button so you can get all the updates each and every time we have sports content coming out on the YouTube channel for Sports Choice Plus. Without further ado, we're going to get right into the action. You're looking at this signing of Doc Rivers as a head coach for the Philadelphia 76ers as a great move. You look at this talented roster. The roster overall for the Philadelphia 76ers has a lot of talent on it. When you look just from the core, and when I say core, I mean players that I expect to be kept or used for significant trade moving forward. You're looking at Ben Simmons. You're looking at Joel Embiid, Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, and also Al Horford. That's what I deem the core of this Philadelphia 76ers team. I don't expect Al Horford to be there for too much more longer. And I also could see Josh Richardson being traded for picks or either players. Also Tobias Harris, I see him possibly being moved in this offseason. You know, Elton Brand, as soon as Doc Rivers was released basically from the Clippers, made a couple of phone calls, said, hey, reached out to Doc and his agent, said, this is what we want. This is how we envision you as a coach of the team. And they got the deal done. And they did the right thing. When you're looking at Doc Rivers, not only are you getting a championship head coach, but you're getting championship assistant head coaches. You know he's going to put together a great staff. You know he's probably going to bring with him Sam Cassell possibly. If Tyronn Lue doesn't take the job in with the Pelicans, he's probably going to bring him along as well. He's going to bring along a championship roster of assistant head coaches as well, and training staff. You look at all these things that Doc brings to the table with just who he carries on his resume. So not only would Joel Embiid be impacted by this, but Ben Simmons as well. Doc Rivers, being a former NBA player, he has a lot of credibility. You look at what he's done as a coach, you know, winning a championship in Boston, being a head coach in Orlando, being a head coach with the Clippers. You know, it's so many different things that Doc has done. And maybe coming from an NBA player, it may be different as a head coach. It may be better. You know, Brent Brown did exactly what he did, but now the process is over. We're not looking at tanking. We're not looking at just overall, you know, what we got to do. We got to hope, wish, and pray. No, it's time to put the work in. Ben Simmons has to come into camp in shape. Also, Joel Embiid has to come into camp in shape. These guys have to be ready to work on their game all summer long. These guys have to heal up, and they have to prepare to play differently, whether it be change your diet, change your regimen, do so many different things. But I think having Doc, he's going to be able to not only help transform their game, but make them better. I think Doc, when having youthful players, is probably going to be better because when you look at him not having to load manage and do all these other kind of things and cater to Kawhi, he can actually coach consistently. He can have a team consistently. Yeah, if Embiid gets hurt here or there, or Simmons gets hurt here or there, that's different. But when you look at the core, I think in the East, you have a very talented team. Yes, they lost to Boston in the very first round, but you have to ask yourself, were they prepared to play? The answer is no. And now you can hold Joel Embiid accountable. You can hold Ben Simmons accountable. You can hold Josh Richardson accountable. You can hold all these guys accountable or get them out of town. So I think that with this, I think you can keep both Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid and be successful. I think you have enough moves that you can make with roster, with draft picks to get good guys in, and also free agents. That's one of the underlying factors. Doc Rivers is going to bring some good guys into Philly free agency style. And it's just because of who he is, his connections. Players want to play for Doc. So I can see Reggie Jackson possibly coming over. I can see one of the Morris brothers coming over. It's just so many different things that will bring to the table a good bunch. But Elton Brand and company got it right. The general manager for the Philadelphia 76ers, the ownership group for Philly got it right. And I think this is going to be a very good relationship. I think it's going to be a dope relationship. And I'm looking forward to see what Doc does with this roster. And I'm super excited to see what next year is going to bring as far as the NBA season. I think the East is going to have a couple of surprises. I think you could see a couple of superstars or pretty good players change teams. There's whispers that Victor Oladipo wants out of Indy. There's a lot of stuff going on in the East, guys. So I'm super excited about this move. I want to know what you guys think of the move. Leave your comments in the comment section. Tell me, good move, bad move, or indifferent move, whatever you guys think. And as always, we thank you so very much for checking out the videos. Please, please, please check out the Facebook channel. I'm going to leave the description in a couple of the videos so you can get on there and debate as well. And as always, make sure you're sharing this video in your sports group each and every week, each and every time we have content. And until next time, my friends, until breaking news, have a great one.